In this chapter, we are only talking about the hydraulic system itself and how it works in principle. The detailed step-by-step installation and assembly will be shown later in the course in a dedicated build module. This video is meant to help you understand how everything fits together and how the hydraulic system works as a whole. You don't need to remember every detail right now. To start, let's do a short general overview of how the hydraulic system works. Think of this hydraulic setup as a controlled resistance system. It does not create power. It absorbs movement and turns it into smooth, adjustable resistance. The hydraulic motor is the heart of the system. It is mounted to the frame and connected to the rotating shaft of the climbing wall. When the wall rotates, it forces the hydraulic motor to turn. The motor does not drive the wall drives the motor. Inside the motor, hydraulic oil is pushed from one side to the other as the shaft rotates. The motor has two ports, and depending on the direction of rotation, oil exits through one port and returns through the other. Both ports are connected to the hydraulic circuit, so oil can always circulate freely. Directly after the motor ports, reducing fittings are used. These reduce the thread size. This step is necessary because standard hydraulic control components, such as the flow control valve, have different size connections compared to the pump. Between every threaded connection, sealing rings are installed to keep the system oil tight. On the outlet side of the motor, the oil flows through a hydraulic throttle valve. This valve controls how fast the oil can move through the system. The more the valve is closed, the more resistance is created, and the harder it becomes for the wall to rotate. Before we continue, one quick note. If you are planning your own endless climbing wall build, I have created a detailed parts list based on the wall you see in this video. It is meant as a reference, so you can compare the components with parts that are available in your own country. This can save you a lot of uncertainty when choosing bearings, chains, sprockets, hydraulic parts, bolts, and other key components. You can find the parts list on my website. Opening the valve allows oil to flow more freely, which makes the wall rotate faster and lighter. This is how the climbing speed is controlled. After passing through the valve, the oil flows through hydraulic hoses back into the tank. The second motor port is also connected directly to the tank through a hose. Hose barbs and hose clamps secure the hoses so they stay firmly in place and avoid oil leakage. The tank completes the circuit. It collects the oil and allows it to flow freely back into the motor. There is no pump, no pressure buildup, and no external power source. The oil simply circulates in a closed loop between the motor, valve, hoses, and tank. The result is smooth, controllable braking. When the wall rotates, oil is forced through the system. The valve determines how easily that oil can move. This turns the wall's motion into predictable, stable resistance. No jerks, no sudden stops, just controlled movement that feels natural while climbing. Motor position and flow direction. There are two possible configurations depending on which side of the frame you install the hydraulic system. In my setup, the hydraulic motor is installed on the left side of the wall. In this configuration, the wall rotates clockwise and the oil exits the motor on the left port. This is where the flow control valve must be installed to create resistance. If the motor is installed on the right side of the frame, the entire system is mirrored. The rotation direction changes, the oil outlet is on the opposite side, and the valve must be installed on that side accordingly. The hydraulic motor must be bidirectional. This allows you to freely choose on which side of the frame the braking system is installed. You can see all individual connections clearly in the assembly module videos, where the system is mounted step by step. The full step-by-step hydraulic assembly will be covered later in the course, where every connection, fitting and hose is shown in the detail